My ninjas, what is good? The 3.1. Okay, up next, Trigger's upon us. And with that, we are getting a S rank limited selector. We are gonna break down their values and who you should pick to get the most bang for your buck. But without any further ado, let's dive right in. Now, starting off with Jane, an amazing physical anomaly agent, gonna synergize well with Remiel and all that, and Valina as shown in the live stream. So plus she is getting her potential, aka buff, in the new patch. When it comes to her engine, it will be good for herself, Hyper, and Alice if you do not have practice perfection. Overall, she is a very solid pick. Now we move on to the GOAT herself, Lucia. Now Lucia is a Rupture support who, you know, loves everything Rupture. She's the best in the game. If you do not have Lucia and you have Rupture, pick Lucia. I'm sorry, Panda is cope, and I'm letting you know that as a new player, or even as a veteran player who's like, I don't need Lucia, I got Pan. Panda is cope, and her engine. If you pick up Lucia, probably good to pick up her engine too, because she need a good bit of HP, which just gives 30% HP right there. Not much to say about Lucia. Rupture support. If you don't have her and you have Rupture, pick her. Up next, probably one of the few characters I do not have, the homie Hugo. I'm gonna keep this real short and sweet. Don't pull Hugo. If you don't have Hugo, do not pick Hugo. But Lone, why shouldn't I pick Hugo? Hugo is honestly probably one of the worst DPS to play if you do not have his M2, which his M2, for those who don't know, when his ultimate triggers a totalize, it will not end the stun state. And additionally, when it totalizes trigger, it will ignore the target's defense. That way you can get like up to 2 totalizers within a stun window. Outside of that, he does not feel good to play at all. Unless you really like Hugo, or you somebody who has an M1 Hugo and needs that M2, don't pull for Hugo. His engine, on the other hand, which I don't have because I don't have him either. His engine, on the other hand, be a solid stat stick. If you do not have, what is it? Heartstring Nocturne? Oh, yeah, Heartstring Nocturne. I don't know why, but I thought it was Seed's Surgeon's engine. No, it's Evelyn's engine. If you do not have Heartstring Nocturne, it is a very solid, good stat set. Also, if you are an Ellen main, as myself, you should get it. It's her best in slot. As y'all can probably tell, I'm gonna be picking Hugo's engine. Okay, up next, Trigger. Now, what can I say about our thick blonde sniper? She's heavily reliant on her engine. If you do not plan on picking up her engine with her in the selector, I wouldn't pick her. Trigger can kind of get out damaged by a lot of stunners, and even a support such as Nicole can outperform her in either some or most scenarios, depending on the matchups. And then lastly, we got S. Anni. Now, S. Anni, an electric carry DPS sort of thing who heavily reliant on teammates. If you do not have Orphe and then maybe Trigger, I wouldn't suggest picking up Anni because, like, outside of that team, not good. But and plus, we have better electric DPS characters such as Seed, and more even so Sissia. They are like even better at electric DPS. If you really are in need of electric carry, I would suggest waiting for those instead of Sandy her engine. Ignore my build though. I was swapping this around. But Sandy's engine, a very good crit stat stick, like giving up to, what is that, 78% crit damage right there. And then when the equipment lands a hit with a basic attack, special attack, or after shot, they gain 1 stack of buff. Each stack will increase the crit damage even more by 3%, stacking them 3 times. Like, bro, that's 108 crit damage right there, just for basically equipping this thing. Because let's be honest, with basic attacks, every DPS does a basic attack every now and then. So overall, if you like wondering who you should pick, my suggestion is that you either go with Jane, or if you have Rupture, pick Lucia. If you don't have Rupture, pick Jane. But I will say Lucia being on the banner kind of scares me a little bit, because I'm just thinking like the demon on my shoulder, like, oh no, bro, they Rupture going to get shelf benched or something. Like, what's going to happen to Rupture? They going to put it on the sidelines and not bring it back? Like that, it kind of scares me that Lucia is in the selector. But you know, I could just be overthinking things. I'm gonna go on to the other side of the spectrum, and so we can just appeal to more people. Let's say if you had all of these characters, who would be a good M1 to pick up? Well, it ain't Hugo. We've been over this. If you don't have an M1 Hugo already, do not pick him. But Jane has probably one of the better M1s on early Mindscapes. Her M1, she can use the maximum uses of her base attack. Scowl Jump, which is her little spin to win attack, is increased by 1. That means you can spin twice as much. And then in the Passion state, her physical anomaly buildup is increased by like 15%. At each point, the drains anomaly proficiency increase her damage by 0.1% up to 30%, which is a lot. So yeah, if you do have Jane, a pretty solid pickup. Lucia, a GOAT, her M1. When the Dreamer's Nursery Rhymes deals additional damage, it ignores 18% of all attribute res and has a 5 increased decimal generation rate. And then each time she performs a skill upgrade, she gains 1 stack of Echo, stacking up to 4 times. And then when the Nursery Rhyme ends, if she has any stacks left, 1 stack is consumed to reappear Dream Nursery Rhyme for all squad members. Dreamer's Nursery Rhyme is a part of her core skill. And basically, when she performs a skill upgrade or aftershock, all squad members are put in the Nursery Rhyme state. While in this state, their damage is increased by 20% for 12 seconds. The M1 will basically keep the uptime on this more consistent, so you don't have to worry about reapplying it manually as much. Let's talk about Trigger and her M1. Her M1, the stun multiplier applied through her core passive Soul Searching Gaze is increased by an additional 20%. So for those who don't know, the best part about Trigger is when she applies aftershock or does an aftershock and hits the enemy, lets them take bonus damage as if they were stunned. Normally it is 120, I believe, but this would bring it up to 140, but let me double check that as well. Correction, at core F is 35, so this would bring it up to 155 at core F. And then when activating base and attack, permanent shot, the cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. And then Purge, gain upon hitting an enemy, which is her special resource under her health. Upon hitting an enemy with continuous fire or charge counter and sniper sense, it increased by 25%. So also maximum Purge is increased by 125 2. So just again, more uptime on her doing aftershots, keeping that debuff applied and all that. And then lastly, we have Ambi and her M1. And her M1, when she uses an EX special hit an enemy, it triggers the additional damage from White Thunder 3 times. The fact does not consume any White Thunder stats. Basically, it increases her DPS. That circle that fills up around the enemy when aftershocks hit, it does basically that without having to tap 3 times. But my ninjas, that's all I got for you. 3.1 is on the horizon and I am hyped. Remiel looks good, Secret Foot looks good. We getting a lot of good stuff, new story and all that. I plan on covering all of it in due time. But if you enjoyed the video, you already know what to do. Reach out and slap that like and subscribe button right in the bed cheek one time. Just like how you want to slap your favorite ZZZ waifu right in the bed cheek one time. Leave me a comment telling me who you're picking up in this selector. And until next time, ninjas roll out.